Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. How are you? Sorry I couldn't finish that first video. How is everybody? Albert, Fonya, fifia kwe mami gari adek for 3 days low. I just finished eating eba, gari with okra soup. It was sweet. With some of the goat meat that I bought from Toronto. Sweet. When my wife does that, okra soup, anything else can wait. I'll finish that first. Hi. I'm so happy. I just finished that. How is everybody doing? Okay. Bible, how would you classify the weather of New Brunswick? What is the time now? It's 3:53 p.m. here in Ontario. 3:53. Are you gone? After if you're Anna, I'm 100% away. 100% away. But I grew up in Accra. So my Ga is better than my Ewe. My Ewe is horrible. My Ga is top notch, like top notch Ga. Ga is probably the only local language that I'm so confident I can speak and murder it, right? So I am more of a Ga, but I'm 100% Ewe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my other phone as well. Yeah. How is everybody? Yeah, I actually grew up in Lantemami. Eh? Lantemami, that's where I grew up. So my house where I grew up is exactly Lantemami. Anybody who knows Lantemami, that's where I grew up, huh? But I know Chamwena, Le Chamwena fan, like in Pajama. Huh? That the area you are talking about, Chamwena, eh? I can't forget that area, Charlie. When I was growing up, I went to chase a girl there. When I was a growing up teenager with my teenage hormones so high, there was a girl I was chasing in that area. So I remember that place so well. It's so close to us. Also, when I was growing up, being a naughty boy full of adventure, I went to swim. I went to swim in the lagoon, the Chamwe Lagoon. I got bilharzia. I was I was urinating red. It was so painful, eh? That lagoon, green like that. I went to you bath and swim inside, man. The water was so green. I can't imagine how I went to swim inside that thing. I came on the hard bilharzia. I couldn't though. It was so painful. When you urinate, it feels like somebody is chopping your thing off. Huh? Edem Akosia, Aleke, welcome, welcome. Mildred Akumia, I'm at work, but I've tuned in. Oh, this is so lovely, Mildred. Don't get fired because of me. Eh? Some of you, the comments you are posting, it's making me blush and it's making me. Grace Lavi went to write that I'm the best thing to happen to her this year. When you say that, I feel like, oh. Anyway, I'm just happy to know all of you, and I'm happy that I am not bringing negative vibes into your life. But it's all good. We need to influence each other, right? So thank you for considering me a positive impact on your life. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Grace Lavi, huh? You said I'm the best thing to happen to you this year. God bless you. Aka Jame Sonny, the car dealer. I can't wait to go and do the auction video on cars, so because I know you deal in cars. Obeshi, now the hand of God will do on you. Obeshi. Aka Jame Sonny, you know what I'm talking about. The hand of God is on you. God bless you. All right, let me get back to that conversation I was having. Somebody asked a question about New Brunswick, the weather in New Brunswick. So I'm going to talk about, briefly, I've talked about the other things. Oh, never, bro. Health workers are needed now. They need me. They need you so they can't even fire you. I like that. You're an essential worker. I understand what you mean. And thank you for all of what you do for humanity in the health sector. God bless you. You guys have been like a force of salvation for us throughout this. Okay. Let me finish the video. I talked about weather, and I said that generally the weather here is, guys, 12 months. We only get sunshine between 3 to 4 months in Canada. So when you see me out and the weather is nice like that, it doesn't last though. The rest, cold weather. It's either you are getting cold weather or extreme cold plus snow. Me, the one where I like, the one I like is just the cold weather without snow. If it snows like this, my head just the knock. I don't like it. The reason is that as a driver, you have to get out and go and clean your car. If your car is not inside the garage, right? If your car is not inside the garage, you have to now go and clean the snow from all over the car. It could have frozen like this. And then you have to go and start your engine for about 10 minutes, leave your engine running. And then when you're driving on the road is so slippery, full of ice. You know how ice there, like proper ice inside freezer. They cover the road like that. And it just doesn't make driving fun. They clear the road. I don't want you to get it wrong. They do clear the road. They put salt. In Canada, we use salt. So they put salt on the road and it melts the ice. But it just doesn't make you drive the way you will if it's summer, right? Or you are flowing with your speed and all of that, right? So winter driving is harder. Many people have their accidents in winter because they don't know how to drive in winter, right? Winter driving is not the same as summer driving. So the weather is not the greatest. And I still don't understand why in Africa we have 365 days of beautiful weather and we still can't even make the most of it. We don't even harvest the sun for anything. We're just so behind in everything. You see, beautiful weather, beautiful vacation weather every day. But that one, poverty will kill us. These people, they only get 3 months. So the other ones all they bad, but they develop. Hi, wow. Come on, got yourself. Anyway, stay on topic. New Brunswick is one of the places that is cold. So let me mention the cold places. New Brunswick, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, and then the 3 territories of Canada. These places all have extreme weather. Ontario also has its own weather, but it's fairly good. Ontario and Quebec. These places, Ontario, Quebec, and the central part of Canada. Central parts of Canada is made up of Quebec, Ontario, and British Columbia. These 3 places are better. But the trick is that if you get a good weather here, you will get a high cost of living. You see, because everybody wants to live here. That is why when you come to Ontario, there are so many people here, and then there are so many people in Quebec. There are so many people in Ontario, British Columbia, just because the weather is good, right? The weather of bad government is hotter and colder than the hottest and coldest weather in Canada. This is from Solomon Okoronko. He said the weather of bad government is even what? Anyways, those who really want to travel and hustle, trust me, even if they send you to Russia or Alaska, where the weather is freezing cold, you will still go. Because when it comes to survival, man will always go to places where he can survive and get his bread and butter. So I'm just telling you to know. Don't come here and then you say that you are shivering. You want to go back to Ghana. You are shivering. Some people, some old people, they don't like traveling to Canada because the weather, they know they fit them. They know they fit them. They can't. They can't at all. So I'm telling you this so that if you already have a rheumatism, which is like a sickness, right? And your bones, you can't handle cold weather. You just love it when I switch and speak the Nigerian pidgin. My Igbo guys, they had that influence on me. So I still have a bit of the Nigerian. One of these days I'll switch and speak Liberian English too, okay? All right. Thank you, Aquilina. Good to have you always. Pray for you all the time. Thank you, my sister. All right, guys. So that is it about the weather. New Brunswick is cold. But guys, guess what? If you're a hustler, who they care? Some houses get buried in snow, 6 feet. When I came here in 2014, Buffalo in New York, their snow was so much that cars were buried. In fact, I'm going to do a live video when we have snow so you can see how it is and how we have to dress up and layers. Layers means 3 clothes, 4 clothes just to be warm. But even with this, we still hustle and make money. That is why you see a lot of people make video in the snow. That you people in Ghana asking for mobile money, bank transfers, M-Pesa, Kenya, Tanzania, send us M-Pesa, send us M-Pesa. When we send the money, you should know what we go through to make the money. Bad weather, but we are out there working, right? Ghana, sunshine every day. Common gutter, we know fit to. Common gutter, we know fit cover them. Common gutter, we know fit carry. Weather they good. God they wise, so he knows if he put us for here, we go mess up. You see, go put us for Africa. We never say we mess up. Extraordinary mess. Anyway, so that is it about the weather. That's it about the weather. Now, let's talk about the other aspects. I was also talking about marriage or social support or support systems. You might be homesick if you come to Canada and you are a very social person. If you are melancholy, you won't feel it. I'm saying this again. There are different personality types. If you're melancholy and a very conservative person, you don't like even talking and you're always quiet by yourself, Canada is the best place for you. But if you're somebody who is very, very open and always want to be out doing stuff, or you just randomly meet people and just start talking on stuff for hours, this place you'll get bored. You sit in the bars, nobody will care about you. You go to the restaurant, nobody will even care about you. You would think they hate you. It's just everybody's in their business, right? Marriage. I talked about abuses and hitting people, assault. Those things are big. Guys, the moment somebody call the police, say you have assaulted them, you are in trouble. Unless you can prove otherwise that the person is like, assault is big. In Africa, we easily hate ourselves and our friends. You can easily fight a friend on the street and get away with it without police. You can easily slap your wife or your husband or your children. Here, these things are all big. I talked about that. On that note, let me talk about marital divorce or split and how they handle that in Canada. If you are from Ghana, you are familiar with Ni Odate Lamptey, the footballer whose marriage went down the drain and was in court for several years. And recently you saw what happened. There has been a settlement. He and the wife are still fighting over some properties and stuff like that. How would that situation be in Canada? Here is it, guys. In Canada, they use both common law and legal marriage as a basis for union in spousal relationship, right? Common law is acceptable here. Legal marriage by ordinance or at the court or wedding is also accepted here. Now, what it means is that if you can prove that you and somebody have lived together, even if the person has not done wedding to you with certificate, but you can prove that you and the person have been together for a long time, living in the same house, have things together, you have things that you are doing together. If you guys decide to break up, that person go sue you and say divorce. Common law divorce, no be wedding certificate one. Just because they can all right, if the person can prove a relationship dating 6 months plus with things that are commonly held together, that person can make a claim when you break up, just as somebody who is legally married can make a claim in divorce. Here, the law allows for 50-50% of the sharing of all assets. 50-50, no be liability, 50-50 of assets, so you go share. So me and my wife, we there right now. If I mess up, say, at a break up with them, or say, quasi assemble or no team, no, so be jamming. Everything I own, or everything we own, we will share it 50-50. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. House, car, It has to be liquidated and shared equally. No two ways. It's not like Africa that you can manipulate the system through court. Here, no two is just established. Why am I even saying this? Many of us will not like this when we come here. Because their law works, so their laws are seriously enforced. I'm saying this because if you are coming here and you end up marrying somebody from Canada, either an African or a non-African, Caribbean, Caucasian, whatever, Asian, or you have a spouse from Ghana or Nigeria or Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, and you bring them here. Before you bring your spouse, I'm not saying don't go and bring your spouse, but just make sure that this is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with or for a long time. Because the moment you come to Canada, they're going to use Canadian law to enforce a divorce or a break in your marriage. Whatever you guys own, whether it is one person whose money was used to acquire it, you will still share it 50-50. Whether your money was used to buy the house, your money was used to buy the car, so long as you guys break up or one person asks for a divorce or a breakup, you're going to split everything. There are many Africans who travel and they end up marrying the wrong people and they lose everything just because they say that they didn't make the right choice. You may have heard the story of Eboué, the footballer, Emmanuel Eboué from Ivory Coast, who married a white lady in UK. And when the marriage went down the drain, you saw what happened. He lost most of his things, even though he said he kept some of it. According to him, he said he was very smart. He hid some of the properties he made in Africa from the lady, right? But all I'm trying to say, the emphasis here is that, here, guys, it's not like Africa that you can just divorce a woman and the woman will become propertyless or have nothing. Look, it's not like Africa where you can just impregnate a woman and run away. Here, look, there are many men today, when they see women, they run away. So, let me tell you, there is a guy I know from Haiti. He doesn't want to get married. You ask him, we tell him, no, marriage is too expensive. So you ask him, so you don't want to have an affair with anybody, no girlfriend. He said, no, I prefer prostitute. I prefer Ashawo. I'll go and pay $20 and sleep with Ashawo. I ask him, why? He said, Ashawo, I pay $20, I'm God. But if I born with somebody now, tomorrow my future is... I laugh. That guy told me that story and I laugh. Anyway, I'm not endorsing prostitution or going into sleep with people. I'm only saying that, guys, women, if you are moving here with the intention of bringing your spouse, or you are not yet married, be very, very vigilant about your choices. Don't marry fake reasons. Many of us, the men, we don't marry pure heart and good heart and character. We marry big boobs, big nyas, big bottles, son. I would name Obiabeka say, Yeni una okono. Everybody would talk, say, yes, now you they carry Arsenal, Manchester, CU. I'm not saying these features of a woman are bad. I'm saying if that is all that you use to make a choice, and you don't look at the character of the person, there is a good chance when you come here, you'll be frustrated by the system. Because you see, the women, they are smart. The men are also smart. They know in Africa, you could easily mess them up and run away from it, the trouble. And the police can be on your side. But here, everybody, both the man and the woman, they know. The law is on their side. Everybody know. My wife sitting there, she knows I can't hit her. She knows. I can't even dream of it. Hi, if it comes into my head, may I wake up from that dream of hitting my... I can't even imagine that. The moment you do it, when she call 911, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. Whether you hit your wife, or you hit your husband, or you hit even your children, even your dog. If you hit your dog, and your dog feel complain to somebody, you are in trouble. Go and abuse a dog and see what they're going to do to you. That is why you see a lot of people, watch on social media. Guys, look on social media. You see a lot of people who travel, and I'm not saying there is no divorce in Africa, but you notice a lot of people who travel, I say, warning you, be careful before you pick a woman, be careful before you pick a man. You know why? Because when things go bad in relationships here, the loss is heavy. You will feel it. Your car will feel it. Your pocket will feel it. Your bank account will feel it. You will share your bank account. You share everything. Eh? Some men and some women are becoming more, they think they are too smart. They are making their spouses or their partners sign what we call prenup agreement. Prenup. You know, prenuptial agreement. It's a legal document that you sign and you tell the other person, you sign this paper. The paper, prenup basically means that as you come, that's the way you go take go. Let me explain again. As you come with one handbag into the marriage, if divorce, you don't go take anything from this house. Now that one bag we go take go. That's what we call a prenup. So basically, you are saying that the person should sign that in the event of separation, they will not inherit anything or make a claim against you. The one bag or one underwear or one singlet or one weaver, now don't really go take go. Many people are now using this to sign. Me, I don't believe in that. I believe in proper marriage. That is why we all have to be smart in making our choices. If you're already married, your best shot is to work at your marriage. If you don't work at your marriage and you come to Canada and your intention is to go and just hang around with girls, sleep with people, you might do it and have fun, guys. There are many of our young guys. I'm going to say this as African guys, many of us, it's as if we have some kind of colonial mindset that these people have enslaved us for long. When we come here, let's also enslave their women by sleeping around with them and bullying them sexually. I feel that is how some of our men think. Oh. It's as if they get extra powers for sleeping with just the white people here, right? If you are genuinely looking for a relationship with a white person because you want it and you want to cherish it, fine. But I want you to know, you cannot just take them for ride. Oh. The law will deal with you. Contractual or marriage laws or whatever law it is, it will deal with you if you mess up somebody here. So long as there is a child or you've been with a person for long. If you are an African man and you come here, you won't like it. Because in Nigeria, you would have gotten that woman out of the house without giving her one kola nut. Huh? In Ghana, you could have gotten that woman out and go and even sleep with another person. And you get away without paying child benefit or whatever. Here, you cannot get away with it. So be very careful with your choices, guys. Marriage is a big deal. Don't just choose anybody. Don't just choose anybody. Choose somebody who can take you and shape your destiny. My wife shapes my destiny. My wife shapes my destiny. She's my partner, my destiny partner. You want to make sure when it comes to, if you are not yet married, be very smart. Because sometimes the kind of people you choose can reset your clock backwards 30 years. Huh? There are many people who travel and they regret they are in jail because of women. There are many women who travel, they are in jail because, did you hear the story of the pastor who killed the wife? These are some of the problems. So marriage is always full of problems. But the way you handle it in developed countries is not the same way you handle it in Africa. In Africa, your family can come here and start talk this. Here, no, everybody, you are on your own. No, no grandfather, no uncle. No, come house, let's sit and do meeting. No. Here, everything are law. Where did they use so? Everything are law. There will be no uncles to come and say it. Okay, so Agatha, you say you don't want to marry again. Nanama, you don't want to marry again. Okay, you go back and sit with your husband. Now you can't do that. They don't have that time for here. No family conversations here. Everything are law. So guys, you see me spending time on this. Be really careful. You never want to travel and say because of an Arsenal or a Chelsea. If you know it in Academy, Arsenal, the back one, Chelsea, Arsenal, or because of the look of a man or six-pack, contours, six-pack, contour lines. Because of that, you chose the person, only to realize that your entire destiny is gone because of the person, right? All right, this is one of the things that people don't like about Canada. People feel that the women are more favored, right? Because the law protects the women. They know women are more vulnerable. Of course, some women are very naughty too. But generally, women are always mostly taken advantage of. So here, the law protects women a lot. And the law protects children. I cannot hit my own child. If she tells the police, they will come and take my child away from me. Away from me, they will go and give them to somebody else as a foster parent. And they will take your child away from you and you won't see your own child. The law really works here. All right. That's about marriage. I'm done with talking about everything marriage and social support. Health. And then I talk about tax. health. I think I talked about this the last time when Mildred Akumia asked the question. Mildred asked a question about healthcare. Canada has free healthcare at the provincial level. Every province has free healthcare. But for you to be eligible for it, you need to either be a Canadian or a permanent resident, or you need to be a student registered in a college or in a school. Students are covered. So those of you who are coming here for school, yeah, you are going to be covered health-wise. Your health is covered by about 80 to 90%. Most schools, your health insurance will cover about 80% of everything. And then the remaining 20% might be covered in some other form too, right? So when I came here as a student, I had a health insurance as a student, which covered me. If I went to the hospital for surgery, for anything like that, it will cover me. So international student, don't worry about it. When you pay your fees, a portion of it goes to cover your health care. Okay. If you are also on scholarship, a portion of the scholarship will cover your health care. All right. You're covered on that. If you're a permanent resident and you're coming in as express entry or a truck driver, you are covered. If you are on a visa as a foreign worker, say you are coming as a truck driver on a foreign work visa, all you need is to work for about 6 months. After working for 6 months or having a full-time job for up to 6 months, you are qualified for health coverage. Now, it is very, very expensive to bear the cost of your health if you don't have insurance. I'm going to say this again. Anybody who doesn't have insurance, their health insurance, their health cost is so heavy, huge bill, very, very huge. Let me give some few examples. You are a visitor coming on a visitor's visa. Do you have health coverage in Canada? No. Reason being that your visitors only allows you to stay for 6 months. You are not covered. All right. You are coming on a tourist visa. Would you have health coverage? No, you are not covered. So from the time when you come here as a tourist person or visitor, if you fall sick, you are on your own. If you're a Christian, then in that situation, your insurance becomes what I call a Trinity insurance. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. They ain't going to take care of you. If you are not on a Canadian insurance, you're on your own. If you are not a Christian and you're a Muslim or something, basically all I'm trying to say here is that you are on your own. If you are not a citizen, a student, a refugee refugees have insurance coverage. They are covered. If something happens to them, they are covered. Universal right under the United Nations Charter. So refugees are even covered. But guys, visitors, health insurance is so expensive. There are people who come and spend 1 week, 10 days in Canada as visitors, and their bill is running to $100,000. I'm not kidding, no. Here is it, guys. Any celebrity who comes to Canada or to a different country as a visitor and they don't have the proper document to stay aside from a visitor, when they travel, they normally pay their own medical bills. Most insurance companies will not even give you as a visitor. They will only give you if you are staying for a certain, there are certain visas that they can give a health insurance. They can sell it to you privately, like a super visa, which allows your mom and your father to come and visit you. Super visa, there is something called super visa, right, where they can get up to 10 years. Those people, they can apply for a private, they can buy a private insurance. But if you are coming as a visitor and you are planning to come with a pregnancy, you won't like Canada, because that visitor's visa no will cover you. You go hospital, go give birth, they go make you give birth, but that bill will be on your record. So long as that now papers what you won't get for here, it will be on your record. You probably will know in the US, many people who go there as visitors and try and give birth, they run into several hundreds of thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills. Why? Because they are not covered. It's even worse in the US health coverage. Canada is way better. But aside from the hefty health coverage, if you don't have insurance in Canada, I also talked about the fact that it can be very, very long in their emergency ward if you go there for an emergency healthcare. I explained the last time that my first time going to the emergency section in a hospital after I finished school, I had migraine. And then when I went, I thought I was going to go to the emergency for them to see me. But based on their assessment, they didn't think it was so severe, so they made me sit. I sat for about 2 hours and I couldn't, so I left. I was angry that emergency unit of the hospital, and I'm there and I'm sitting for 2 hours. Well, later on, I came to find out that they prioritize their emergencies. So an emergency is somebody who is in desperate need and their life is threatened. They will rush you straight inside and take care of you. But if you walk in and you are looking normal, you're going to be sitting there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. It's one of the areas that Canada needs to improve. So even if you have health coverage in Canada, if you go to the emergency section, unless you're being stretched in an ambulance or something, or it's so severe, there is a good chance the wait time will be long and will frustrate you. It might even remind you a little bit of Ghana or Africa, where you go to the hospital and sit for almost the whole day. It's not that bad, but definitely 2 hours in the waiting in emergency, 3 hours, 4 hours is not exactly where Canada wants to be. That is why they are bringing a lot of people as medical doctors, because that is an area that they are lacking a lot of personnel, and so they are trying to bring in more permanent residents who are already medical doctors and optometrists and different people, right? Surgeons and stuff, because they need a lot of people in this area, okay? Many people complain that the wait time in the hospitals in Canada is longer. I want you to clearly know what I'm talking about here. There are different kind of health services. When you go to the hospital, there is the general session, and then there is an emergency session. The general session, normally you need an appointment to be there. We needed an appointment to go and give birth to my son. I didn't have to go to an emergency. So when we went there, within 30 to 40 minutes, we're done. We delivered our baby and we're already done. If you go to the general session by an appointment, you do not experience a long wait time. It's quicker. They see you based on the time they give you. They check you out, right? But if you go to the emergency session because you have a personal emergency, that is where you're going to experience a wait time which is longer. I want you to see the difference here, okay? We also have what we call family doctors. Everybody in Canada is entitled to a family doctor. Who is a family doctor? It's your personal doctor, the one who sees you one-on-one. Generally, we are advised to go to our family doctors, and then if we have an issue they cannot handle, they will refer you to a specialist, right? So almost everybody in Canada has a family doctor. We have a family doctor. They know us. They know our history. If we have any problem, they are the first people we go to. And they normally practice outside the hospital. So you go to their personal private office, and then they check you out, and they attend to you like normal doctors do. So the hospital is only to be used for emergencies or specialized referrals, right? Like emergencies and stuff like that, or like you're going to give birth or stuff like that. And stuff like that, right? So guys, if you come here and then you ever go to the emergency session and you see, I'm going to do a whole video where I'm going to show you guys how it's looking like long in an emergency. Don't complain. It's just what it is now. They are getting better at it. They are working on it, but it's definitely still better than my country, Ghana, where you could spend a whole day and the doctor will still not see you. And even if they see you, they won't do no blood work, most likely. They won't do ultrasound, most likely. They'll just look at your face as if they are prophets, medical prophets. So what you say they wrong you? What's it then? What you pile? Okay. Wafno ya yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And the Kotu drew in That's what they do. Most doctors back home, that's what they do. Because the doctor-patient ratio is so high. They are no longer even doing blood work and lab. Many. I'm not saying this, but it's most likely when you go to our hospitals, they just look at you as you talk, and as if they are prophets, they just begin writing you medication without a proper lab diagnosis. You see? Yeah. The last time I went to a hospital in Ghana, that's what happened to me. They look at me as I was talking. The man was writing. He finished, he said I should go for medicine. I said, I need blood work. Oh. He said, are you coming to teach me my job? The way that man insulted me. The man insulted me like seriously. So when I was in the medical school, where were you? Were you born? Do you know my job? Yeah, they know they do that too. They will lose their license. They will send you to the lab. And the lab and the scans will show what is wrong with you. That's the key difference between Africa and here. How many of you don't get prescriptions without lab work? You know it. They kill people left, right, center. Left, right, center. Killing. All right. The next thing, so these are some of the things that people complain about that they don't like about Canada. Then the next thing that people don't like about Canada is the taxes. Tax, T-A-X. There is a saying that two things in life are certain. One is death, to die, death, and the next one is tax. These things are constant in life. Two things are most certain in life: death and tax. Tax is everywhere. In Canada, many people complain that compared to other advanced countries, they have a heavy tax. Norway in Europe is known as one of the countries where tax is a lot. They tax a lot, about 50% or something of your salary is tax, right? Very progressive. Canada has a progressive tax system, meaning that the more you make, the more they tax you. The more you make, the more they tax you. You know, Canada also has different levels of governance, federal and provincial. Provincial is like the state level in the US, right? So federal level and the state level. Federal and then provincial. We have federal tax and we have provincial tax. The highest tax in Canada, taxes differ from province to province. We don't have the same tax in Ontario, in Quebec, in Alberta. The taxes are not the same. It differs from province to province. In Ontario, our taxes are 13%. General tax is 13%. In Quebec, their taxes are 5%. If you go to Alberta, I believe it's 10%. So the taxes differ from province to province, okay? Now, guys, people complain that the taxes are too much, but here is it. The reason is that we are coming from countries where many of us don't pay tax. Except you are a formal sector worker. In Africa, you most likely don't pay direct tax, right? If you are somebody who opens a shop by the roadside, you most likely don't pay tax, apart from your levies that you pay to your city, municipality, or something like that, local government. But generally, many people don't pay tax in Africa because they are not captured in the tax bracket of the formal sector. But when it comes to Canada, yeah, almost everywhere is formalized. Everywhere, every corner. Like, the only place where you don't pay tax is the church, or the mosque, or the temple, the Buddhist temple. Everywhere, tax day. Everywhere. Everything we go buy, tax day on top. Oh. You buy water, tax day. You buy this, tax is there. You go buy medicine, everything, tax is on it. So when the Africans come here, it is a shock to them that you go and see a shirt which is like $10. And then by the time you are paying, instead of paying $10, you see that it goes to $12. And then they tell you that $2 is tax. So these things shock a lot of Africans. They can't just, because they start comparing back to Kantamanto when you bought that thing in Kantamanto or Lagos market or somewhere, and they didn't have to put tax on top of the price, right? You're used to paying the exact amount, like $10 shirt, $10. But here, $10 shirt turns to $12 because tax is on it. So many Africans feel this instantly. And then, of course, salary. You also go to work and you see your salary looking like $600 a week, $500 a week. And you are thinking you are going to get all the $500. But when it comes, you see so many things deducted. Tax is deducted. Pension is deducted. Employment insurance is also deducted. And then instead of 600, you are getting 450. And then you wonder, where did the 150 go? All of that goes into tax. So people feel this a lot. And then they complain that taxes are heavy. Have you heard the saying that you guys say you make a lot overseas, but the taxes are high? You may have heard these videos also talking about this, right? It's true. The reason is because their tax is so evasive. Did I say evasive? It's so penetrable. Like, you can't just hide your tax. It's actually a crime to not pay tax. They will put you in jail, like Wesley Snipes. They will put you in jail like Wesley Snipes if you don't pay your taxes. Huh? Now, the tax where they take build the economy and do all the good things that you hear. So you cannot beat tax. You cannot. If you are found of evading tax deliberately, they will sue you. And they might even throw you in jail. That's one of the penalties. Now, I must also stress on the element of tax that people don't like the tax element of Canada and other developed countries because they say it's too high, or they say that everything there is tax, everything there is tax. Everything there is tax. Before you get your salary, they don't take the tax on top. Oh. Yo, guys, watch it. But I want to educate you on this part. Not because I am saying it, because I know it. Anybody who makes minimum wage, when they pay their taxes at the end of the year, we file our tax. We file our tax. What is filing of tax? Every resident Canadian or every permanent resident or everybody in Canada who has worked in Canada you are required to report your income at the end of the year to the government by going to a tax specialist to reconcile your income documents and see whether you have paid all the taxes. Listen to this part. This is done every year. So this year that we are in now, 2021, right? When the year 2021 ends, at the end of December, your employer will send you your tax document showing how much tax they took from your salary. Or any job where you do, they will send you documents showing how much tax they took. And it is your job now to take all those documents and go to a tax specialist in January of next year all the way to April of next year. They give you 4 months to file your tax, to go and reconcile your documents to see whether you have paid too much tax or the exact tax or too less of tax. Is either going to be you pay the exact amount you don't owe, or you didn't pay enough, you owe the government, they're going to take the money back from you if you owe them, or you have paid less. It's going to be one of them, guys. And this is where it gets interesting. If you are a minimum wage earner, people who are minimum wage are considered to be people who are making less than $50,000 a year. If you are making less than $50,000, you are considered to be a low income earner here. Listen carefully. If you are making $15 an hour, $14 an hour in Canada, at the end of the year, your salary may be coming close to 40-something thousand thereabout, or let's say 38, let's say below 50,000. You are considered to be a low income earner. If you go and file your tax, there is a very, very high chance that every tax you pay to the government, they're going to give all of it back to you. We call this refund of tax refund or tax credit. I'm saying this again. Many people don't like paying tax. They say we pay too much tax. But what they don't know, or what they are ignorant about, is that people who pay taxes get to do their taxes and get a refund if their income is below minimum wage. In fact, you may even get more if you are a couple, somebody with a wife, somebody with a husband, with children. They even tend to give you more of the money back. When I was doing my minimum wage jobs, guys, all the taxes that I pay during the year that I didn't like them. Anytime I saw my paycheck, I saw that portion where they took so much money from me. But you know the beauty? There was always joy anytime I went to file my tax. In fact, I couldn't. It was the first thing I do. The moment this tax season starts for filing your tax, I'm the first person going to file because I know I'm going to get money. There were times when I go and file my tax and I get over $3,000, almost $4,000 for filing my tax. Do you know what that means? The government is saying that because your income is below the level we would have loved you to be, we are giving all the tax you pay back to you as a refund, and they credit it back to your bank account. So guys, where is the problem now? Basically, it means that people who make less in Canada almost get to pay no tax at the end of the year, or they get all of it back. And this is not just unique to Canada. It's the same thing in other parts of developed countries. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let anybody come out and tell me that you are making minimum wage and you did your tax and you didn't get anything back. And I will call you and we'll verify this myself. Zachary, I don't give WhatsApp numbers. I don't also do personal calls at this moment. Okay, Zachary. All right. No. I don't have WhatsApp lines. No personal calls. I have over 23,000 people. I don't have the capacity for phone calls. Please. All right. Just bear with me on that. Now, but wait. There are some people who pay tax and they don't get back. They actually owe the government more. The people who get taxed the more are the middle class. Who are the middle class? Those who make over $70,000, $80,000, $100,000. These people are called the middle class. They are those who get taxed the more. I am considered a middle class. I am no longer a minimum wage earner. The days when I used to file my tax and get back are long gone. Anytime the year ends, I am actually the one who owes the government because I earn quite more. Do you see that? But am I worried? No, because I used to get refund. So if I'm paying and I don't have a problem, For me, so long as I'm making good money, I don't care what the government takes from me. Now that money where they take, I go hospital, I no pay for delivering of my child. All my children, I didn't pay anything. Is it not the same tax that is used in providing me all these services? So I don't have a problem paying taxes. I hope I have educated you about this. Many people don't like Canada, or many people don't like advanced countries because they say the taxes are too much. You will feel the taxes the more if you are a middle class person making close to $100,000 a year or more than 100,000. But if you make minimum wage, there is a chance when you do your taxes, you get all your money back. Guys, if you are living in Canada, in US, let me know if this is true or not. Comment and let people know whether when you file your taxes, you get money back. You get most of them back. If you don't get them, let me know if I'm lying. All right? All right. So taxes. People who say Canada is horrible for taxes, huh? Just know it depends on which part of the ladder you are. Are you a minimum income earner, or you are a middle class who makes crazy money, or you are somebody who is a business owner? Now I have an accountant now who is going to teach me how to take advantages of the different tools that will help me reduce my tax burden because of how much I pay. Last year alone, I paid over $10,000 in tax. So over $10,000 in tax. I didn't get $1 back. I paid over $10,000 in tax last year alone. And I don't mind. I don't mind. If I make more, what was the problem in paying tax? I don't have a problem with that. Of course, definitely I'm going to use an accountant to help me to even know how best I can put my income documents together or my financials together to be more smart with taxes. Because the rich people who are not the middle class, the rich people are the ultra rich people. They actually pay almost zero tax. So I'm going to be learning how I can also utilize all the tools that are available for me to reduce my tax burden as a person here. Okay. All right. That is it about tax. Is there anything else that I haven't covered? So I think I've covered almost everything. Let me take some of your questions now. I can't think of. Sarah Mafu is calling me. I'll call you back. She doesn't know I'm online. All right. Is there any other thing I haven't covered so far? Is there any other thing I haven't covered so far that I can't think of? Let me know. Franco Fred, you say you are very correct about the tax. Bless you. Thank you. Franco, where are you? Are you in Europe? Are you in North America? Where are you? I just gave you 10 reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada. Guys, the truth is that I don't think these are reasons why people shouldn't come to Canada. I just wanted you to know the other side of Canada. Canada also 10 reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada. The other two that I can talk about are Canada doesn't have a psychiatric ward. Sorry, a mental institutional place where people are detained the way we do in Africa. They release all the people on the street too. They believe it's against human rights to keep somebody and detain them like they do in Pantine. Pantine Hospital, psychiatric hospital in Ghana. Somebody is mental, they will go and chain the person and keep the person there. Even if they don't chain, they will take the person against his wish or will and keep the person there till their kingdom come. Here, they don't do that thing here. You go to the hospital, they treat you. After treating you, they put you back in the system. So there are so many people who will be living in your apartments but have mental issues just because they cannot keep them in chains. You know, in Africa, we have places where we keep people like that. We chain them, remove them from society. Here, unfortunately, these people are all part of society. They will only go for treatment if they have a relapse. If they don't have a relapse, relapse means if their thing comes, sickness come. Other than that, they will come and live in the same house where they. If they are renting, they will come live. You go to sleep, you go here, say they go to knock, they knock war. Mental case don't come be that. And many of them may be found on the street as homeless people. Some of these, there are homeless cases here. It's not so crazy like Africa. Remember, even me, when I finished university, I was still a homeless person on campus, because I didn't have anywhere to go to. Here, there are homeless people. Most of them are people who have mental issues and they just want to be on the street, or some of them are people with just bad lifestyle, drugs. Right? They do drugs and they do drugs. Now, the other thing that you would 10 reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada. The other reason why people don't like coming to Canada is because of more religion, I should say moral issues. People have moral issues here. Canada, just like all developed countries, is a postmodern country. Canada is a postmodern country. What does that mean? Postmodern means that they've gotten to a place where human rights is at the highest level. You may even think it's ultra high or extreme. They have human rights on almost anything. This is not to say they are lawless people. It simply means they believe in so much of human right that everybody has a right to do what you want. You have the right to choose your gender. You have the right to change your gender here. You have the right to marry opposite sex. You have the right to marry the same sex. You have the right to do almost anything. You have the right to worship anything you want. There is no law on religion. It allows anybody to practice anything. Now, the first shocks I had when I came to Canada was I thought it was going to be full of Christians because missionaries came from the Western country to Africa, right? This is where the Christianity and stuff started from. I believe this is where the missionary activity started from to Africa. This is where you expect that you would have thought that when you come here, you see a lot of people who are Muslims, a lot of people who are Christians. Hey, you're right to remain silent. Okay. Guys, when I came here, I was expecting that there would be more Christians or more religiosity in Canada than now. When I did my research before I came to Canada, I noticed that they are very less religious. In fact, you may go to some churches and the churches will be empty, almost empty. 10 people, 6 people, because they don't just see the reason why they should go to church. Most of them are atheists, or most of them are agnostic. They don't believe in God at all, or they just don't want to believe in anything. So don't be surprised, don't be shocked if you come here and then you find that many people are non-believers, or they just don't believe in anything, right? They believe in anything, but they just don't believe in the idea of God. Whether it's the Christian God or the Muslim God or a Buddhist God, they just don't believe in that. Many of them don't believe. You pick 10 Canadians, there's a chance more than 5 of them will believe in no God at all, or they'll be agnostic or atheist. Now, you are coming from Ghana or Nigeria, a country where majority of the people are Christians and Muslims, and everybody goes to a mosque or something, or a church or something. When you come here, you're not going to see these things like that. There are churches, like I went to church today, but the numbers are so low compared to Africa, just because these people have gotten to a level where they don't see the point in believing in God. It might shock you, or it might be one of the reasons why you wouldn't like Europe. There are many parents who come here, and when they look at the beauty of these countries that are so developed, they see the other opposite, like a paradox, and they are like, wow, how could there be so much development and these people don't believe in God? It's just where they've gotten to in life. In fact, they actually think that we Africans only go to church or are Muslims today because of our poverty. They think that it is our poverty that is drawing us closer to God. They think if we have everything we have, we will not follow a God because we would have achieved all of what we want. Well, could that be true? Maybe yes. There is a parable in the Bible where they say that it's difficult for a rich man to worship God than a poor man, right? The rich man, it will be difficult for a rich man to pass through the eye of a. Have you heard that parable before? Because many people tend to place their hope in life in riches. So when they have all the affluence in life, they tend to ask themselves, what is the point in worshiping God? Well, I will personally say that when I came to Canada, it made me a stronger Christian. In fact, I am more of a stronger Christian in Canada than I was in Ghana. My reason being that I was so afraid that I was going to lose my faith when I came here. And I was so afraid that I will become something like a monster of an atheist, because this place can make you turn into anything. You may have noticed some of your friends when they travel, not too long, they begin saying they are no longer Muslims, they are no longer Christians, they no longer believe, right? Because this place has a tendency to make you become so critical to the point where you may not be able to just even see the essence of God, because their system is so open and you can question anything and do anything you want. Your parents are not here to wake you up and say, go to church on Sunday, go to the mosque on Friday, right? So when I came here, instead of me saying that this was an opportunity for me to do anything I want, I rather got so scared and I felt that if I don't have a strong moral foundation, I will become worse. So that for me drew me more closer to God. And I became more solid as a Christian in Canada than I was in Ghana. Yeah. I became a better Christian in Canada than I was in Ghana. And the reason is because I was so afraid I would probably become an atheist. That is why I took God more seriously here. You see? So parents, when you're coming here, this could be one of the challenges. Your kids don't want to go to church. Your kids don't want to go to the mosque. It's just the system here. The system raises them. In fact, the system raises them in a way that it's not like in Ghana where you have a Muslim school, a Christian school, and they are teaching Christian value and Islamic values. Here, it's so liberal. You can't even teach this religious stuff in schools. They don't believe you should teach religious stuff in school, right? It has to be so open knowledge, like things that are just non-religious is what they encourage to be taught, right? And it's just the way they have they have designed their system here. Guys, you might like it, you might not like it. It's just what it is, every country and how they design it, right? So this is just to let you know so that when you come here, you don't have a cultural shock or a religious shock that you went to the church and your church in Ghana is so full with first service and second service. Here, tell me if you see any church doing second service here. People have no time. Oh. Even the church that I went to, now only 1 hour. Worship and praises, 1 hour. Worship and praises, 30 minutes. Sermon, 30 minutes. 1 hour, everything is done. Ghana, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Here, the white man doesn't have that time. When he comes to church, he's actually watching the time. 30 minutes is already gone. He's gone. He has no time at all. It's just the way their system here is. I was so shocked when I came here, but later on I got used to it because it's a Canadian style and I had to adapt, or I had to pick the good from it, and whatever is not good, I drop them off, right? So yeah, I want you to be aware of this so you do not get shocked when you come here, all right? And 10 reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada as well. You cannot be judgmental when you come to Canada. You won't like it. Guys, by now, marijuana has been legalized in Canada. Same sex is also legalized. It's a choice that people choose. People have the right to do anything they want to, so long as it doesn't offend you. The law allows them to do that. You probably also by now, also, like, when you come here, certain things will shock you. Like, when I came here, I was just so shocked at seeing almost everybody smoke. At that time, marijuana was not legalized. Smoking, just normal cigarette, right? It's just normal. You go to school and you see almost everybody, 13, 14, 15 years old, a cigarette and smoke, and in open places, not like they're hiding it. You know how in Africa, it's so shameful to even see, you can't even imagine see a woman hold a cigarette, right? It's just so normal. A mother is holding it, a father is holding it, the children are holding it. For them, it's a lifestyle thing here. Everybody does it. Coffee is another thing. Coffee is a Canadian thing, and coffee is a European thing, actually. Just like you have your cocoa in Ghana or your tea in Ghana, theirs is coffee, right? I'm still yet to take my first coffee. I've never had coffee all my life. I don't have anything against people who take it, but I don't personally take coffee just because I don't want it to have an effect on my nervous system, right? But the smoking part was the first shock I had when I came to Canada. The smoking part was the first shock I had. Almost everybody I saw had a cigarette. So I started asking myself whether I was in Sodom and Gomorrah or what. You know, I was being judgmental. I was viewing them with the lens of Ghana, a Ghanaian. Because in Ghana, hardly do you see people smoke. Normally, those who smoke, we think that they are wayward people, morally bankrupt people, people who have not been brought up properly, the bad guys, right? But here is a lifestyle. 13, 14, 15 could hold a cigarette, high school kids smoking, and it's their lifestyle. I am saying this, guys. You are likely to be judgmental when you come to Canada and you see this, because you'll be looking at it with the lens of your African background. Here, it is so normal. This is not to say you cannot see and watch people. It's none of your business. That's what I'm trying to say. You cannot, just like in Ghana, you go and tell a 13, 14 year, hey, why are you smoking? Do you have parents? Who brought you? Who are your parents? You can't do that nonsense here. You cannot come and tell a child who is smoking that he doesn't have the right to. Look, they will sue you. In short, see no evil, speak no evil. If you want to be a change, let people see your lifestyle and rather be convicted by your lifestyle. You don't poke fingers into people because of what they do here. The law protects people to do all that is legally allowed. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you're on a bus and somebody comes to sit by you and they don't have the same gender as you, maybe they are a different gender, a same sex or something, instead of you to poke your nose and gossip and question the person, remember, the law can take you on for what's the name, for hate, or you know what I mean, right? Like those of you who live in developed countries, you know, understand what I mean. I'm just trying to say, don't be shocked when you see these things, and do not be judgmental. It is a cultural thing here. It is just the level of their culture at the moment and their development and where they are. I'm not endorsing anything. I'm only telling you the realities on the ground. So that me as a Christian, I don't do none of those things because my belief doesn't allow me. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do this. But it doesn't mean when I see them, I judge them. Rather, I will let my lifestyle be an example so that when they see me, they will know that I'm a different person even though I live here, right? Your lifestyle alone can tell people who you are. The Christians in the Bible, in the book of Acts, they were first called Christians in Antioch just because of their lifestyle, right? Your lifestyle should be a soul-winning lifestyle so that when somebody sees you, they will admire you so much they want to know where you are from, right? I know many of you will come here and be judgmental. There is a Nigerian lady. I'm going to talk about this one. There is a Nigerian lady and a Ghanaian guy. They sat on a bus and they saw people of different sex. You know what I mean now? People where they marry each other. In a bus, making out. And this Ghanaian or Nigerian, they were so outraged by it. They actually had an outburst and it says, I said, somebody was like, hey, shut up, you can't do. You can't. Once these people, they can charge you for hate. Because the law allows them to do that. Yes, you might think it's Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, country where they live, freedom at the highest level. I'm telling you this to be aware. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. It's a normal trend here backed by law. Don't be shocked if you walk around and see somebody smoke weed because it's backed by law. You see, I know they talk say it's right or wrong. I'm saying the law allows them to do that. So the only way you can be a change is that you let others know that you are a different person. And you don't do that. Do you see that? Yeah. So I know some of you are already disappointed now. The emojis are not coming. Some people are so worried. Yeah, you come here and make all the money, but you see the downside too, huh? They don't have everything perfect. We have some things that they don't have. And they have some things that we also don't have. But you know what you're looking for. So if what you're looking for is here, come and take what they want and go. You see him? Majestic Chris Benedict. Yay, I like this emoji. I like that dancing emoji. I like him. Guys, this has been a lot of reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada. That post, the title is not me saying you shouldn't come to Canada. It's just me letting you see the other side of Canada so that you don't think it is heaven on earth. The United States is not heaven on earth. Canada is not heaven on earth. Germany and UK and everywhere is not heaven on earth. Every country has its own downside. It all depends on what you want to make of it. If there are opportunities there and you want it, come and take it and go. Right? If you can make a change in the system, make it. But remember, the laws must be respected. You cannot come here and bring a nonsense attitude from Africa thinking that you can force the Canadians to change to yours using you must understand their law and know how to operate within the law. So many of you who said you could have parked anywhere in South Africa on your own grass, you see where you are coming from now because you are judging everything from your South African mind. Come and try that nonsense here and see where your car go there. All right, guys, this has been a nice session of why you shouldn't come to Canada. I definitely would love some of you to come to Canada. I believe some people are meant to travel so that they can go back to their countries and make their countries a better place. That is my case. I believe I was meant to travel so I can be more exposed to come back and make an impact on the African continent. Now, some people are also not meant to travel. If it is the will of God that you don't travel, you may apply and apply. God will not let you go. Pray about it as well if you're a believer. And if you think that you believe that traveling is what God wants you to do, it will definitely happen to you. Thank you so much. Okay. This is not a question time. My videos are already longer. People complain that my videos are longer. Please keep all your questions for my live Q&A. When I do my live Q&A, I take all questions from you. For now, it is just me telling you 10 reasons why you shouldn't come to Canada. If you have any questions on any of the things I've talked about, you can ask them. But anything outside of it, I will definitely not answer them. Okay? Please, you can ask any question provided it's related to what I talked about. Okay? Anybody with any questions? Odeyemi Emmanuel, please give room for questions. You can ask a question provided it's related to the topic. Adeniyi Yemisi Olukemi. Okay. Temitope Falade, good evening, bro. Happy Sunday. I have been trying to get through to Shola, okay, but she has not been online since. Please help me deliver the message. Marigasa, who is Shola? I don't remember having a friend called Shola. Adeni, are you talking to me or you are talking to Temitope Falade? I hope this wasn't for me. Asamoah Collins, I'm not coming on. Are you guys talking to me? I don't know. I'm not coming on. What does it mean? Are you guys talking to me? Okay. Are you guys talking to me? Is anybody asking me a question? I'm going to give 1 minute. If I don't have a question, I'm going to... if I don't have a question coming based on what I've covered today, in 1 minute, I'm going to end the session, okay? Asamoah Collins, I'm now coming on the page, okay? You can watch the playback. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel, Choco Millionaire. So please subscribe. I need many of you on my YouTube channel for all my real estate journey. I'm going to share everything on there, okay? So guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Choco Millionaire. Just type Choco Millionaire, you're going to find it. What if you come to Canada on student visa with spouse and kids? Do they need separate health insurance or covered by yours? Good question. Some health coverages, student health coverages will cover your spouse. If you list them that you are coming with them at the time you apply, they may be covered with that. I recommend that you always clarify if you have your visa and you know you are coming with your spouse, notify your school about it. There is a chance they might let you make a small payment to cover your spouse. It is better to make that small payment than not to make it. Guys, 2-3 days in a Canadian hospital without insurance is several thousands of dollars. It's better to pay the small thing to cover your spouse through your school than not to pay it. So always check with your spouse. Okay? My question is not along with you, but if I can be permitted, no, don't ask it if it's not along. Somebody asked about racism. The question is gone. Is there racism here? Is that a question? Okay, is there racism? Is there racism? Happy New Month, Ike. Is there racism here? Yeah, there is racism in every part of the world where there are Caucasians. There is racism. There is racism in Canada. There is racism in US, any part of Europe. But I would definitely say that the numbers here are lower, maybe because our population is smaller in Canada. It is not as big as a crisis, but Canada has its own issues as well, right? I have experienced racism maybe once or twice as a taxi driver when I picked a customer. No, I've experienced one or two, but because of my mindset, I don't really feel it. My reason is that my mind is too tough. Insults don't stick on my skin. Your opinion of me doesn't become a reality. My job is not to be concerned about your racist abuse towards me. My job is to prove to you that I'm a better person in terms of mindset and in terms of my decision making than you, who thinks every other person is a low animal, right? So I can't change people and their opinion about me, but I can definitely change how they see me by what I do. I have walked to a bus stop before where a white person walked to me and asked me if I'm selling weed or marijuana. And then I look at the person and I got so offended. I was like, is it because of my, I thought that's what I thought, that maybe because of my color, he thought I was selling drugs or something. So I asked, around that time, my temper was so hot, right? So I spoke back and I remember telling him, get the hell out of my face. I remember ordering him and then he said sorry and he walked away. I was so offended because here I was as a master's student at a bus stop trying to pick a bus and this guy was asking me if I was selling this or I had this, you know? I thought that he judged me because of my skin color that I had that on me or something like that. I was trading or pushing it, right? But now I'm a better person. My mindset is way better. So the way I react to people is different, right? Racism will get to you if your mindset is not strong. If somebody uses a racial slur, definitely if you can report to the appropriate channel. So long as they are not physically harming you, just distance yourself and show them. You see, guys, when people are racist, they are trying to go down low with you. When people try to go low, go high. Michelle Obama. Don't go low with people, go high. Anybody who is advanced in thinking will know all humans are the same. So when people want to go low with you, go high. Treat them with love and give them more love and show them that you have more dignity towards them than they perceive, right? You cannot cure hate with hate. You can only use love to overcome hate. You see that? All right. Racism is actually everywhere. In Africa, we also have our own version of racism. It's called ethnocentrism. It's happening right in Nigeria. Different cultures and ethnicities fighting among themselves, thinking they are better than the others. In Ghana, it is happening. Northerners thinking differently than this. Ewas thinking they are better than Ashantis. Ashantis thinking they are better than Gans. Gans thinking it's called ethnocentrism. We are all humans, so we like to see differences. Humans who are matured always do not see differences. They see unity in diversity. Unity. I don't see an Akan. I don't see a Gan. I don't see a Northerner. I see humans. I don't see a Nigerian. I see humans that must be loved. I don't see an Asian. I see humans that must be loved. Your level of thinking about people can always reflect how you understand love and how you understand life in general. All right, guys, thank you so much for today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. Life, like working permit, I'm living in Italy. I went to move to Canada by my education flow. Okay. No other question, guys. Somebody has a question on task. Let me see. The question is gone. All right. Obina Odigwe. Say, how does the tax system work over there? Most especially with the minimum wage workers. I think I've explained this already. Tax is deducted at the source of your salary. You do not control that. Tax is deducted when you purchase your stuff at the store. You don't control that. Minimum wage earners, your tax is 13% of your salary. 13%, 1-3. It's more than your tithe if you're a Christian. 13% of your salary goes into tax. They have other charges too. There are small deductions that come off of your salary too. One goes into your pension fund, CPP. It's called Canada Pension Plan, CPP. They take a portion of your salary to put towards that so that when you go on retirement, they can use that to pay you benefits. Another one also go into a fund that is called EI, Employment Insurance. A portion of your salary, a small portion, normally about $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $10, depending on how much you make, goes into EI. Okay, EI, Employment Insurance, EI. What is that? It is deductions that they take off your salary and put it towards an insurance plan so that when you lose your job and you are home without a job, you can still get paid whilst you are home and looking for a job. EI comes off of your small deductions off of your salary. When your paycheck comes, they take small portion, 13% for tax, small percentage for CPP, Canada Pension Plan, another small percentage towards EI, Employment Insurance. The EI that you pay from your salary allows you as a worker, whenever you lose your job and you don't have a job and you are home, instead of being unemployed without salary, you can apply for that same EI to be used to pay you salary. I think they pay you about 50-something% of your normal salary that you were making before. They will keep paying you that money every 2 weeks until you get a job. So basically you are paying just a small amount towards EI, but it has a potential to pay you about 53% or more. I'm not too sure about the percentage, about 50-something% of your salary every 2 weeks until you get back to your feet and find a job. Isn't this beautiful? In Africa, when you become unemployed, you're unemployed, you are home without nothing. Here, when you're unemployed, you can still make a claim from the government and they will still pay you money as you are unemployed and you are home until you get another job. Guys, thank you so much. I could go on for the whole day. All right. God bless you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I keep stressing this because I'm going to be blasting some hot videos on my YouTube soon. And they are all going to be about real estate. For some reason, all my real estate videos are all going to be on YouTube. You don't want to miss out. The YouTube channel name is Choco Millionaire. The same name as my Facebook. Look for it and subscribe, okay? The living cost between London. When you say London, do you mean London in Ontario or London in UK? We also have London in Ontario, a city called London. So let me assume this is London, UK. London, part of Ontario. Okay, this is London, part of Ontario. Good. New Brunswick, which is lower. New Brunswick is lower. The cost of living in New Brunswick is lower than London, Ontario. Okay? New Brunswick is lower. Accommodation is lower in New Brunswick. Accommodation is lower in... accommodation is lower. Cost of living is lower in Newfoundland and New Brunswick than Ontario. Ontario's and British Columbia have a high cost of living just because these places are places that people love to stay a lot, right? All right, God bless you guys. I hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on anything. Share this video, let it be a blessing to others. And I'll let you know when I'm going to do this session on teachers, how to come to Canada as a teacher so you can still teach here as a Canadian teacher, even though you are